Hello, everybody. I'm a little bit early. I just decided to just come and start the stream. Um, so I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you can find this when the time comes. I was having some difficulty with the way that it was set up. So I apologize if it's odd this time. Yeah, I have some things to tell you. That I heard of by watching Marianne at Revealing Light um, Tarot down in um, Australia. And I've been thinking about it all night. In fact, I was thinking about so many things last night, I never fell asleep, which seems to be happening more and more lately. I'm not really sure why. But anyway, I think I'm not alone. So, um, yeah. I don't know if anybody's going to come. It is, like I say, it's about 7 minutes before noon, but worth a try anyway. Gonna pull a card called the Angel Power Wisdom cards. I want to see what the theme is for us today. Wow. Fascinating. Not sure. Not sure about the new moon that's happening tonight. I found several pieces of information on Instagram yesterday about setting intentions for the next 19 years. So it's not just 1 year or 1 month or whatever. Apparently, we're having some kind of energy. The new moon is in, can't remember, Taurus. Oh, okay, because we are in Taurus anyway. So the new moon is in Taurus, which is a really grounded, but it's also home, your home, and how you wish to live in your home and in your energies there, family, yard, purpose, all of those particular things. The cards that I pulled are beautiful. The first one I got was the Angel of Values. And I love the purples and the blue hues. There's some green in there. So we've got healing. And this angel is telling us that our values are the guiding principles and to use them to choose the way we live our lives. Most of us know this already. Sometimes these things are just reminders to keep us on our path. So stick with what your values are, which you always do, I think. The next is the Angel of Action. Takes action toward your destiny. And this is what is going on today, where you're choosing what you want to leave behind and lighten up for as you move into a new space. All right. And then this one is Take Charge. Leadership and self-discipline are required to take control of your life. All three of them seem to imply that we have some work to do today, individual work. And it doesn't have to be laborious. It doesn't have to be, structured. It can be whatever you want it to be. But it's always a good idea to have that ability to take that action and figure out what it is that you want to do with it. So, yeah. I'm going to pull 3 more cards, and this is from Denise Lynn's Soul Coach deck, which I like. All right, so an opening is available to us with grace that brings freedom. Wow. I'm doing a lot of rumination on things that I have to let go of, and working through taking a class with JJ, Tuda Speaks, and just bringing in a lot of different ideas and a lot of different ways of looking at something, and telling myself a story that may or may not be something I need to mix up a little bit to change. I'm seeing that here right now. If we don't take the opportunity when these openings occur, then it makes it really difficult for us to move forward and do what we need to do. So, wow, the sun just came out and the birds are all at the bird feeder, and they're very happy because it's been raining for about 4 days. And I knew that I had to endure that and leave it behind because we were going to have the sun for a while. So, always a wonderful surprise when the sun comes out. Anyway, I am going to just sit here quietly and meditate on what needs to be opened, what I need to learn from Grace, and what is it that I need to promote the freedom I need to make the next 19 years of my life valuable and worth striving to complete. Om Shanti. For those of you who follow Marianne at Revealing Light Tarot, she did a very short video yesterday, about 17 minutes, I think, explaining the changes she's making to her channel and why she's making those changes to her channel. And I totally understand. One of the things that she brought up was this idea of shadow banning, that there are some channels that are being shadow banned. And so we're not given the bell. The bell doesn't ring for us, even if we've clicked on it. And so she had said, go to the bell, you'll see a drop-down menu and choose all, not just preferred. This way, people can make the decision whether they want to see it or not, but they're not banned on certain topics, or they can't ban you on certain topics. So it's only showing content to some people, not all people, which is fascinating to me. And that might be why she lost 40,000 subscribers last week. And that's a lot of subscribers to lose. Very, very lot. She also discussed the fact that there are times when we just don't really want to deliver any bad news about what's going on in the world. And she's not alone in that. I've even discussed it with some of my collaborators and said, I don't know what to say and what not to say sometimes, because everybody has a different level of understanding and a different tolerance for chaos. Not that I have a tolerance for it. It's just that there is news sometimes that's not really that good. And a lot of people are only looking for the good news, and there sometimes isn't good news. And that's life. That's pretty much life. I recently watched the finale of Outlander, which has been on since 2014. I watched the whole thing, all 8 seasons. And they had an ending. They filmed 4 endings. And the 4 endings were all different, so the actors wouldn't even know. So they didn't have to worry about not giving spoilers. And so when it happened and how it happened is also not aligned with Diana Gabaldon's books, because her last book is not out. She's still writing it. So that's all just open right now. But whatever it is that they did in this particular finale, it was very touching. And it was a bit ambiguous. Some people are like, what, huh? I don't get it. What happened? That kind of thing. That's the best kind of an ending, because you get to choose it. You get to wonder if you were right or wrong. And so there is something about that that makes it delicious in some ways. But people want the answer, and they're frustrated. And somebody said, I think this happened. And I said, it's really up to you what you think happened. And they wanted to argue with me about it. And I didn't want to get involved with it. It was well done. I had to have a quiet time when it was over, because I'm going to miss all the characters. And yet everything ends. Just does. Everything ends. And, you know, the sooner we can accept the fact that nothing is forever, the much better we'll do with whatever new is coming along and opening us up to figuring it out and understanding it, and so on and so forth. So what has turned out to be pretty much a members meeting here where no one is here. And I think it's because of the way it was set up. And I apologize to everyone. I'm just going to make this a show or a video that will tell you about the bell when you're signing up to get notices, and explain why that's been happening, because a lot of people said, I never got a notice. And I don't know why they don't, but now I know why they don't get them. And it isn't that you didn't hit the bell, but the algorithm decided what information they wanted to share with you and what information they didn't. And that's shadow banning. That's it. And it's not just Marianne, it's others as well. And so, you know, nobody expects anybody to watch every single show somebody does, or, you know, think that they can watch all the shows they're signed up for, because it just is impossible. But at least you have that ability to choose which one you might want to watch and which one you might not want to watch. And I know I went in and changed the bell because I wanted to hear from some people and know when their stuff was coming up. So that's kind of how I did it. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. I really am. So I have the 2 classes coming up in June and July. I'm looking forward to them. They are on Zoom. I'm going to be very busy in June with 2 classes on the weekends, one on Saturday with Val Klingenbeck, and one my own on Sunday, the Spiritual Alchemy Through Journaling. And I want you to know that that class is not journal heavy, is what I want to say. In other words, it's recommended. It provides you with a space to write out your thoughts and your beliefs and your wants and your understandings. But at the same time, these are classes that you choose which direction you want to go in and what it is that you feel focused and interested in. And if something doesn't really reach out and grab you, no one has a grade book. There's none of that. The other thing is, I realize in the summer it's very hard to commit to a 4-week class, but I will let you know that you can come in 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, or it will be taped and you can receive that video so that you can get it if you're away, if you have, and I'm sure you do have plans, because we all do. So anyway, I guess I'm going to leave off here. I don't think anybody can get in. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and I'm going to stream this to everybody. And much love to you all. I'll be on with Valerie um, Bradshaw tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific time, Illumination Portal. And until then, signing off. Bye-bye.